I do not use the term six figures anymore. Now, I used to use this term, but over the years I realized that using the term six figures, it minimizes your thinking. Like it makes you think very small. Like you'll notice that people that are, affluent, they don't use the term six figures. They don't say, oh yeah, this year I'm trying to make six figures. Like there's just certain defaults that you get to. So if you want to be a big thinker, there's certain things in your language that you have to get rid of, and there's certain things in your mind that you have to change. So, again, first big thing, anyone who uses the term six figures, they're either small thinkers or they're projecting small thinking onto you. So there are a lot of people nowadays that are, they generate well over 100,000, and 100,000 is like that baseline to what most are considering six figures. They're making well over $100,000 within a period of time, but they're using the term because they think that you aren't there yet. So when they think that you're not acclimated to an income or a top line or bottom line revenue of $100,000 to $999,000, they project that term onto you as if it is going to move you to take action. So it's either they're thinking small or they're projecting small thinking onto you. So I don't use that term anymore because one, I don't want to think small, and two, I don't want to project that onto anybody else. Now, when you think of people who are generating, a significant amount of revenue, they're not vague like that. They are actually pretty specific. The term six figures it's an extremely vague term. It borderline doesn't mean anything. Think about this. Think about one person that's making $101,000 a year and someone else generating an income of $722,000 a year. Those are two very different people, okay? Like they're both quote unquote six-figure earners, but those are two very, like they're not even in the same class. So the term almost doesn't mean anything anymore, or it doesn't mean anything. When I say anymore, again, once you graduate into this realm of the term doesn't mean anything, that means that your baseline shouldn't be anything less. And we live in a country, unfortunately, where due to inflation and due to other economic factors, you really need to be above a certain threshold of income. I don't want to claim it as, oh yeah, you need to be a six-figure earner, but you need to be above a certain level in order to, one, provide for your family, two, save for the future, and three, be ready for that time when you're not going to have certain resources that generations before us had. You're going to need enough momentum, financial momentum, to be able to sustain yourself. And in order to do so, you have to generate a certain amount of income. Now, if you want to make more, you got to be more specific. So you can't just say, if you're not at $100,000 a year in income, you can't just say, oh yeah, my goal is to make six figures. Your mind isn't going to, when you're that vague, your mind doesn't connect enough dots so that your synapses can start to subconsciously do the work and set certain goals and milestones. It can't, because it doesn't mean anything. But when you get specific, when you say, this upcoming year, I want to generate $222,000. Your mind now looks at that as a formula and it starts working backwards. Okay, if per offer, this amount of time, these are your averages. Your mind starts to craft plans when you get specific. Think about this. Think about imagine if you were a part of a large corporation, right? And you just happen to be a part of one of their board meetings. And just imagine if the leadership walks in with a presentation and is like, yeah, hey everybody, our goal this year is to generate 7 figures. You would be like, ain't no damn way there are shareholders that's investing in this company. No one talks like that in corporate America, or I would say more advanced entrepreneurs. No one talks like that. No one says 7 figures, 8 figures, 9 figures, 10. Like no one talks like that. They say specifics. Our goal, our aim this quarter is to hit this level of top line revenue. Our goal for this entire year is to hit this specific number. If you as a solopreneur, you want to hit a certain number, you got to be specific. It can't just be six figures. It has to be, I want to hit $147,000 in top line revenue. And the cost to make that 147 may be 20,000. Now you want to know what's crazy? What the cool thing that happens when you get specific here is you start to realize what parts of the formula you should address. So if you're just like six figures, seven figures, eight figures, nine, like if you're just in this broad, ambiguous range, your mind can't start to say, oh, well, how much should I invest in ads? How much should I spend on tools? If I were to hire someone to do outbound calls, what should I allocate towards that? Your mind you can't even plan for that because your plan is too broad. But when you say, again, going back to that example, I want to hit 147,000 in top line revenue, and I know it's going to cost a certain amount to get there. So I am okay allocating 15 grand towards being in pursuit of that 147. Now, you allocating 15,000 towards ads or towards tools or towards business expenses, that doesn't even seem like a lot when your aim or your goal, your target is specific. So again, if you're an entrepreneur, I want to encourage you, change your language, get specific. Don't get rid of these terms like six figures and seven. How much do you want to make? Six figures. I want to generate six figures. Get rid of that language and start to get specific. Your mind will thank you. Your mind is going to start connecting these dots that it otherwise couldn't connect because you weren't creating a clear picture. The picture you were creating was like extremely blurry and extremely vague, and your mind couldn't even look at enough details to say, well, man, what steps can I take to creating that?